Well, hello there, this is Shawn1113 with your Shawn1113 Sports Report. Thank you so much for joining me on YouTube, wherever you may be watching as well. Um, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I have a podcast, Shawn1113 Podcast Show, that I will put in a link in the description. Got a lot to have, as usual. The NCAA March Madness tournament will be starting pretty soon. I am more than happy to have that. Some sense of normalcy. My final four is going to be Gonzaga, Baylor, Michigan, and Illinois. And I'm thinking if this is ever a time for Gonzaga to win, this is it. This is it. If not, I don't see them winning the tournament. My second choice is actually Illinois to win it. Something in Illinois that I think could do. I mean, they have the potential to do it. But I'm picking Gonzaga to win the NCAA tournament this year, in my opinion. I'll put the list on who's going to go to the Final Four. Also, Drew Brees retiring, one of the great quarterbacks of all time. It speaks for itself. It really does. I think his presence without him, because he's like under 5'11", 5'11", 6 feet tall, making when you think about Drew Brees, I mean, with quarterbacks his size, he's one of the best ones I've ever seen. Then you think about Russell Wilson, and then going on with Kyler Murray. So, in my opinion, one of the great quarterbacks of all time. There's no doubt about it. He is definitely on that list. I like on that top three list, to be honest. So good luck with Drew Brees, and from what I understand, he's already going to TV as the NBC sports analyst on football. Wish him the best. And finally, R.I.P. Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler, he was 66 years old. Well, before we get to that, NFL free agency coming up pretty soon as well, this week. Also, baseball season coming up as well. Coming up, spring training right now, and the regular season going to start. Now I'm going to end with Marvin Hagler. Rest in peace. First thing I think about Marvelous Marvin Hagler is makes me remember him pretty much is that Hagler Hearns round one, the fight between Hagler and Thomas Hearns, especially that first round, one of the best rounds I've ever seen in boxing. I mean, it went 3 rounds and Hagler won that fight, but that first round between Hagler and Hearns was one of the best. And then the Sugar Ray Leonard one, it's still debatable even now. I think Hagler just did enough to beat Sugar Ray, but they gave Sugar Ray the decision. As much as Thomas Hearns, in my opinion, should have won that fight against Sugar Ray Leonard in the rematch, that ended in the BS draw, which was in a draw. It was a bunch of BS, in my opinion, on that one. And that's my opinion. But rest in peace to Marvin Hagler, a great middleweight boxer. Definitely should be on top of your list. Just you'll understand anybody any one of the great middleweight champions of all time, in my opinion. But rest in peace to Marvin Hagler. That is it for the Shawn1113 Sports Report. Thank you for watching. Stay encouraged no matter what.